I won a derelict warship at an empty auction. What I discovered inside left me speechless. Rust crawled along the walls, and the dull hum of machinery seemed louder than life itself. He had come here on a whim, guided by a single notification, a private auction for a derelict warship. No bidders, no chatter, no fanfare. Alex had never bought a warship before. He was a man of exploration, not war, yet something about this auction made his heart beat faster. Perhaps it was the thrill of the unknown, the idea of owning a piece of history drifting alone in the emptiness. Perhaps it was the silence. The kind of silence that made you feel the universe was holding its breath. He glanced at the small panel in front of him. The auction had started and the ship was listed as Project Ghost. No information, no history, no warnings. It was exactly what Alex liked, mystery. "Are you really going to bid on that thing?" asked Talia, his engineer, leaning against the wall. Her eyes scanned the flickering monitors, suspicious of the deal. She had always been cautious, and rightfully so. "I don't know," Alex replied, his fingers hovering over the controls. "Something about it feels like it's calling me." Talia shook her head. "Or it's cursed, you know how these derelicts end, ghost ships, dead crews, malfunctioning AI, traps." Alex smiled. "Or opportunity. Sometimes the universe leaves treasures where no one dares to look." The auctioneer's voice crackled through the speakers, monotone and mechanical. "Item 47, derelict warship. Starting bid, 100,000 credits. No bids yet. Current bid, none. Auction ending in 10 minutes. Alex's heart thumped. 100,000 credits was cheap for a ship that, even in disrepair, could be worth millions. He leaned closer. The warship's image on the screen was faint, a shadow of a massive vessel floating in orbit above a dead planet. Rust streaked its hull, some panels missing, but its shape was familiar, like the ancient warships used in the old Terran conflict. Ships that had shaped galaxies with their firepower. "I'm bidding," he said before thinking twice. Talia groaned. "You're insane," the panel beeped. "Bid accepted. Current bid, 100,000 credits." No one else bid. Not even the other few attendees, who were mostly wealthy collectors, cautious investors, or thrill seekers. The auction clock ticked down and silence filled the room. "Looks like it's yours," Talia muttered, but her voice held an edge of unease. Alex leaned back, staring at the warped image of the warship. "Yours, huh? Yours to command, yours to explore." He didn't know why he said it aloud, but it felt right. 2 days later, Alex and Talia boarded their small transport vessel, a compact but reliable shuttle. The warship waited for them in orbit, a ghost of metal and shadows. As they approached, the scale of it hit Alex. Even abandoned, it was enormous, its angular hull cut through the emptiness like a predator stalking silence. Talia checked the scanners. No life signs, no activity. "Core systems offline, mostly. This thing hasn't moved in decades." Alex felt a thrill. He always preferred things unpredictable. "Decades of silence makes it ours for now." Docking was tricky. The warship's docking ports were old, barely functional. Alex guided their shuttle with precision, fingers dancing over the controls. Talia assisted, checking alignment, sensors, and seals. Finally, with a hiss and a mechanical groan, the docking clamps latched. They were aboard. The interior of the warship was dark, almost pitch black. Dust hung in the air, disturbed only by their footsteps. The smell of metal and old oil filled the cabin. Walls were scratched, panels torn. The silence was profound, so profound it made Alex's skin crawl. "This place is massive," Talia whispered. "And dead, really dead." Alex nodded. His eyes scanned the dimly lit corridors. "It's supposed to be dead, that's why it's ours. Nobody else dared." They moved slowly, stepping over debris, careful not to trigger old security measures. The warship's interior was a labyrinth of corridors, twisted angles, and hidden stairways. Some areas looked like they had been blasted open long ago. Others were sealed tight, untouched. "Look at this," Talia said, pointing to a room with shattered consoles. Strange symbols flickered weakly on the screens. They weren't in any language she recognized. Alex's brow furrowed. "Alien?" he asked. "Old Terran tech, maybe, or someone else entirely, hard to tell." They reached the bridge, the heart of the warship. Here the scale of decay was overwhelming. The captain's chair was empty, cracked. Panels hung loose. Yet something about it felt alive, almost like the ship was breathing beneath the metal and dust. Alex stepped forward, hand hovering over the controls. Instinctively, he felt the ship respond. Lights flickered faintly as if acknowledging his presence. Talia frowned. "You feel that?" I do, Alex said. It's waiting like it knows we're here. He accessed the control console. Systems were fragmented, some readouts scrambled, some still active. He tried a few commands, but nothing worked. The ship seemed resistant. Maybe it doesn't want us in control, Talia said. Maybe it wants to test us. Alex smiled grimly. Maybe it's alive. They explored deeper, finding the engineering bay, the living quarters, and cargo holds filled with remnants of long-dead crew. Holographic projectors flickered on occasionally, displaying echoes of past lives. Crew members moving, speaking, fighting, but always disappearing before they could be studied. This place is haunted, Talia muttered, not just by ghosts, but by the sheer weight of history. Alex ignored her, drawn to the ship's core. He descended into the lower decks, where the heart of the warship pulsed faintly. The core chamber was enormous, walls lined with strange machinery that hummed softly. At the center was a console, ancient, yet surprisingly intact. He touched it. The moment his fingers brushed the surface, a rush of images filled his mind. Battle formations, explosions, alien languages, orders shouted by unseen captains. His heart raced. He stumbled back, shaken. Talia grabbed his arm. Alex, are you okay? I don't know, he whispered. It's like the ship is showing me its memories, its history, its power. Suddenly, the hatch behind them sealed with a hiss. Lights flickered violently, alarms screamed in a language they didn't understand. The ship shuddered as if alive. Talia grabbed Alex. It's moving, what is it doing? Alex's mind raced. I think it's waking up. The warship had been abandoned, left to drift, forgotten. But it was not dead, it was waiting. And now it had found someone daring or foolish enough to awaken it. The bridge flickered back to life. Systems rebooted slowly. Panels glowed with power. The ship's voice, mechanical yet strangely sentient, echoed in their minds. Commander Alex Rourke, we recognize you. Shall we begin? Alex froze, staring at the pulsing lights. Talia's hand shook in his. Neither of them spoke. The ship had chosen its human, and now the adventure and danger had truly begun. The moment the warship acknowledged Alex Rourke, a strange tension filled the air. The lights on the bridge pulsed rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. The mechanical hum of the engines vibrated beneath their feet. Alex could feel it in his chest, a living presence coiled and waiting. Talia gripped his arm. Alex, are you sure this is safe? He shook his head, but a thrill ran through him. Safe? No. Exciting? Absolutely. This ship, it's not just metal and wires, it's alive. The warship systems flickered, screens lighting up with strange symbols. Alex leaned over the main console, trying to make sense of the alien code. His training in old Terran and alien tech came in handy. Slowly, patterns emerged. This ship was not just a weapon. It was a library, a recorder of battles, strategies, and perhaps civilizations. Look at this, Alex said, pointing to the display. It's showing tactical simulations, entire battleships, alien fleets, formations, its history, and maybe even predictions of future conflicts. Talia frowned. But why show it to us? Who or what is it trying to teach? Before Alex could answer, the ship shifted. A low vibration ran through the decks and the lights dimmed, leaving them in a haze of flickering shadows. The warship had changed, reacting to their presence. It was no longer dormant, it was curious. Alex hesitated, then stepped closer to the core chamber. I need to see what's inside, he said. Talia followed reluctantly, scanning the corridors for any danger. Every step they took seemed to echo, though no other sound was present. The warship had become a cathedral of metal and light. When they reached the core, the room felt alive. The walls pulsed, faintly glowing. Machines hummed with energy, wires snaked along the floor like veins. At the center, the control console glimmered with a strange, greenish light. Alex placed his hand on it. Immediately, images flooded his mind. He stumbled back, eyes wide. Battles he had never fought, ships he had never commanded, and alien civilizations he had never seen appeared in his thoughts. Screams, explosions, victories, defeats, all rushed into him. What is this? Talia shouted. Are you okay? I think the ship is showing me its memories, Alex said, struggling to breathe. It's like it wants me to understand it, maybe to trust me. As he focused, a pattern emerged. The ship had been through countless wars, countless battles. Its AI, or consciousness, had absorbed all the data from its crews, learning, adapting, predicting. But something had stopped it, left it drifting, forgotten in the emptiness of space. The ship's voice echoed in Alex's mind again. It was not mechanical this time, but soft, almost human in tone. I have slept for centuries awaiting a commander worthy of my power. Alex swallowed hard. Worthy? You think I'm worthy? I do not think, I sense. Talia stepped closer. Alex, this isn't normal. No AI, no machine should feel like this. It's alive. Yes, Alex whispered, almost in awe. Alive, and it chose us. The core suddenly pulsed brighter, and the consoles around the room hummed with activity. Holograms flickered to life, showing star systems, fleets, and weapon schematics. Alex realized that the warship was giving him access to its full knowledge, but at a cost. What cost? Talia asked nervously. Alex didn't answer. He was already immersed in the ship's data. Every system, every subsystem, every hidden module opened before him. The warship had more weapons than any fleet he had ever seen. But more than that, it had strategies, predictions of conflicts that hadn't even happened yet. This is insane, Alex muttered. It's like the ship has seen the future. You see clearly, the ship said. I have calculated countless outcomes, wars, victories, defeats. Only one path leads to survival for you, for your species. Talia stepped back. Wait, what does that mean? Are we talking about aliens? Alex nodded grimly. I think so. Whatever this ship fought before, it was massive, maybe even galaxy-wide. And now it's giving us a choice, fight or die. For the first time, Alex felt fear, but it was mixed with excitement. The warship was dangerous, yes, but it was a tool, a weapon of unimaginable power. And humans had a way of turning danger into advantage. He turned to Talia. We need to understand it completely, learn how it thinks, how it fights. If this warship is as powerful as it claims, we can't waste a second. Talia nodded reluctantly. All right, but we need rules. We can't just play with a sentient weapon. It could turn on us. Alex agreed. I know, but we need it alive. We need it awake. And somehow, we need it to trust us. Over the next hours, they explored the warship systems. They discovered hidden armories, maintenance bays, and storage compartments filled with centuries-old supplies, weapons, and tools. The AI guided them subtly, opening pathways and giving hints. It did not explain everything. Trust had to be earned. In one compartment, Alex found logs of the previous crew. Holographic recordings flickered, showing soldiers moving through battles, shouting orders, and dying with courage and fear. The ship had preserved their memories, their emotions, their experiences. Alex felt a deep respect for the vessel. It wasn't just a war machine, it was a keeper of life, of history, of human and alien struggle. This is incredible, he whispered. It's not just a ship, it's a library, a teacher, a warrior, Talia frowned. And dangerous, don't forget dangerous. Whatever it's capable of, it could kill us in a second if it wanted. Alex nodded. He could feel the tension in the air. The ship was alive, aware, testing him. And yet, there was hope. Perhaps humans were what it needed. Perhaps unpredictability, ingenuity, creativity, the things machines often lacked, were what the warship sought. As night fell over Krill 9, the station outside remained empty. Stars blinked coldly in the darkness. Inside the warship, lights pulsed softly, as if breathing. Alex stood in the core chamber, hand on the console, feeling a connection he could not explain. Why me? He asked aloud. Because you are human, the ship replied. And humanity adapts, survives, fights, wins. Alex felt a thrill run through him. This was it. The warship had chosen humans. He had been chosen. And now the real adventure began. Hours passed. Alex and Talia continued to map the ship, learning to interface with its systems, learning its language of light, sound, and vibration. The warship responded in kind, opening doors, illuminating corridors, guiding them deeper. It was alive, yes, but it was curious, perhaps even willing to cooperate. Then, unexpectedly, the ship jolted violently. The lights flickered. Holographic images of alien ships appeared around them, fleets from unknown civilizations, massive and terrifying. The warship's voice was calm, almost amused. The past prepares us, but the future tests us. Soon you will see the challenge for which I was built. Talia stepped back. Challenge? What are you talking about? Alex's eyes narrowed. I think we're going to fight, not simulations, real battles. The warship hummed again as if acknowledging his words. The corridors shivered, the machinery pulsed. Outside, in the empty space around Krill 9, Alex knew their presence had awakened something far larger than themselves. But he did not feel fear. He felt excitement. The warship had been waiting, humans had been waiting, and now both had met. Alex turned to Talia. We need to be ready. This ship, it's more than a machine. It's a weapon. It's alive, and it's choosing to fight with us or maybe through us. Talia swallowed hard but nodded. All right, let's see what it's capable of before anything else arrives. The stars outside Krill 9 shone silently. The warship hummed like a predator awakened after centuries. And inside, a human commander smiled. He had won more than a derelict warship at an empty auction. He had found an ally, a weapon, a force that could change the galaxy. And the galaxy would soon take notice. The warship had awakened fully now. Every system pulsed with energy, its corridors alive with soft mechanical hums. Alex Rourke stood on the bridge, staring at the holographic star map that spread before him like a battlefield. The warship's sensors had detected movement. Something was approaching, something big. Alex, you need to see this, Talia said, her voice tense. She pointed to the main display. A massive alien fleet had emerged from hyperspace, hundreds of ships gleaming black and red, moving with precision and deadly intent. Alex's heart raced, but a smile formed on his face. Finally, a challenge, Talia glared at him. Are you insane? Those fleets, they'll tear us apart. We barely know how to control this ship. Alex ignored her, fingers dancing across the console. The warship responded immediately, lights pulsing faster. We are ready, it whispered in his mind. Trust your instincts. You are human, and humans survive where others fail. He took a deep breath. Humanity had always faced impossible odds. This was no different. If the warship had chosen him, it was because it sensed something: unpredictability, creativity, cunning, qualities machines lacked. All right, Alex said firmly. We fight smart, not just hard. Talia, give me every sensor reading, every weapon system we have. I need options. Talia complied, hands flying over her console. Engines are functional but limited. Weapons are online, mostly automated, but they're ancient tech. Shields still partial. Alex nodded. Good enough. We don't need perfection, we need surprise. The alien fleet loomed closer, formations spreading like a storm. Their ships were enormous, bristling with weapons and moving with terrifying coordination. Alex realized quickly that brute force wouldn't work. This was a test of strategy and human creativity. Prepare the drones, Alex ordered. We're going to bait them. The warship responded instantly. Hangar doors opened, releasing dozens of small drones, each armed with old but deadly weapons. They flew in tight formations, their tiny engines glowing against the darkness of space. The alien fleet adjusted, scanning, preparing for attack. Alex grinned. Now watch and learn, Talia. Humans improvise. The drones darted in unpredictable patterns, weaving through the alien fleet. The warship's AI coordinated every movement, but it did not predict everything. Alex adjusted trajectories on the fly, sending drones to trigger false attacks, forcing the aliens to split their formations. The alien fleet faltered, unsure of the strange tactics. This is insane, Talia muttered, eyes wide. You're making them dance. Alex smiled grimly. Exactly, now shields up, weapons ready, and when they focus on the drones, we hit. The warship obeyed, activating its ancient energy cannons. Bolts of light and plasma shot across space, striking enemy ships with precision. The aliens were stunned. No one had fought like this before. The combination of human ingenuity and the warship's firepower created chaos in their ranks, but the aliens adapted quickly. New formations emerged, massive ships converging toward the warship. Sensors warned of boarding attempts, energy spikes, and heavy incoming fire. Alex clenched his jaw. This was no simulation. This was real danger. Alex, we can't hold them forever, Talia shouted. There are too many. Alex's eyes burned with determination. We don't need to hold them forever. We need to survive long enough to outsmart them. Human unpredictability is our weapon. Watch. He guided the warship into the first of its clever maneuvers. They dove toward a nearby asteroid field. The alien fleet pursued blindly. The warship's AI hesitated initially, unsure about the risk, but Alex pushed it forward. The derelict ship wove between massive rocks, dodging attacks, forcing the alien fleet to scatter. Ships collided with asteroids, some destroyed instantly. The warship's energy cannons fired from hidden angles, taking down more ships. The AI adapted rapidly, following Alex's lead. Its voice pulsed in his mind. You are unpredictable. Calculations adjusted. Impressive. Alex felt a surge of pride. This was what humanity was best at: improvisation, thinking outside the rules. Machines could predict, calculate, plan, but humans could adapt. Humans could win in chaos, but the aliens were relentless. Their flagship, enormous and heavily armored, broke formation and advanced directly toward the warship. It fired devastating energy beams, tearing through the debris field. The derelict shuddered, alarms screaming as panels cracked and sparks flew. "Shields at 20%, Talia shouted. "We can't take another hit like that." Alex's mind raced. He needed a new plan fast. He scanned the battlefield, searching for anything to turn the tide. Then he saw it, a massive gas giant nearby, its upper atmosphere volatile with storms and lightning. An idea struck. "Talia, follow my lead. We're using the planet." "What do you mean?" she asked, alarmed. "Trust me, keep the fleet distracted with drones. I'll take the warship close to the gas giant. Use the storms to mask our attack. It's risky, but humans take risks." Talia hesitated, but she trusted him. Together, they maneuvered the warship toward the swirling, electrified atmosphere of the gas giant. The alien flagship pursued aggressively. The storm engulfed the ship, lightning flashing dangerously close. The warship shuddered violently, systems straining. Alex stayed calm. "Steady, steady," he muttered. "We just need one clear shot." With a sudden move, the derelict warship dove into the storm at an angle no alien ship could follow. Lightning struck the aliens' sensors, causing malfunctions. The AI responded instinctively, firing concentrated blasts from hidden turrets. The flagship took a critical hit, its hull rupturing. Smaller ships panicked, scattering. The humans had turned the battle. Improvisation and courage had defeated sheer numbers. The warship pulsed with energy, its AI speaking directly into Alex's mind. "You are exceptional. The humans I observe, they survive through chaos. I acknowledge your command." Alex felt a surge of victory, but he knew this was only the beginning. "Good," he said, "but they will regroup. We need to be ready for the next wave." Talia exhaled, relief washing over her. "I can't believe we survived that. That was insane." Alex smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. "Insane, yes, but humans thrive in insane situations. That's why we're here. That's why we exist." They spent the next hours repairing systems, checking weapons, and recalibrating shields. The warship responded smoothly now, no longer just a machine but an ally. Alex could sense its curiosity, its willingness to adapt with him. Suddenly, the sensors detected more ships approaching. Larger, faster, more dangerous. Alex frowned. "Looks like reinforcements or maybe scouts. Either way, they'll learn from their mistakes, and we need to be smarter this time." Talia looked worried. "How can we be smarter than a whole fleet?" Alex clenched his fists. "Because we're human, and humans do the unexpected. We improvise, adapt, and survive." The derelict warship pulsed again, almost as if agreeing. The lights on the bridge flickered rhythmically, steadying. It had learned to trust him, and in return he had learned to trust it. Outside, the stars of Krill 9 shone coldly, indifferent to the small human ship and its living warship. But inside, a human commander and a sentient warship prepared for the battles to come. They were no longer alone. They were a team, and the galaxy had not seen the last of them. The stars outside Krill 9 glimmered coldly, silent witnesses to a battle about to begin. Commander Alex Rourke stood on the bridge of the derelict warship, fingers flying over controls, eyes burning with determination. The alien fleet had returned, larger this time, their numbers overwhelming, their weapons advanced. Yet Alex felt no fear, only the steady pulse of strategy and instinct that humans had honed over millennia. Talia hovered over her console, her hands moving rapidly as she recalibrated the ship's shields and weapons. "Alex, they're massive this time. Hundreds of ships. Even our drones can't slow them down." Alex's jaw tightened. "We don't need to slow them down, we need to outthink them. Humans survive by thinking when others panic." The derelict warship hummed around him, alive, responsive. Its systems had fully integrated with Alex's commands, anticipating his thoughts, following his instincts. The AI's voice whispered in his mind. "They underestimate humans. You will prove why they should not." Alex smiled grimly. "Good, let's teach them a lesson." The alien fleet advanced, weapons glowing. Massive energy beams cut through space, striking asteroids, vaporizing anything in their path. The warship shuddered under the attacks, panels cracking, alarms screaming. Alex ignored the chaos. His eyes scanned the holographic display, calculating angles, velocities, and trajectories. "Prepare the decoys," he ordered, "and launch the drones in waves. Make them chase shadows, force mistakes." Talia nodded, executing his commands with precision. Hundreds of drones shot out of the warship's hangars, darting between enemy ships. The aliens fired indiscriminately, but every strike was wasted on holographic decoys or nimble drones. Their formation wavered. Alex's strategy was simple yet brilliant: chaos. The alien fleet relied on precision and predictability, but humans thrived on improvisation. Every maneuver was unpredictable, every attack unexpected. The warship responded in perfect sync, its ancient cannons firing deadly plasma beams at targets Alex selected in real time. "You are exceptional," the AI murmured. "No human has ever commanded with such instinct." Alex grinned. "Thanks, we're just getting started." Then he spotted it, a massive alien battleship larger than the others, leading the fleet. Its armor was thick, weapons powerful, and sensors advanced. If that ship survived, the rest of the fleet would regroup and crush them. "Talia, the flagship," Alex said, pointing. "We take it out first. If we destroy their leader, the rest will falter." She hesitated. "It's huge. We can't even touch it with direct fire. Shields will block everything." Alex leaned closer to the console. "Then we don't hit it directly. Humans find the weak points. We hit where they least expect it." He guided the warship toward a nearby asteroid belt, weaving through massive rocks. The aliens followed blindly, their large ships unable to maneuver as quickly. Lightning from distant storms in the gas giant's atmosphere sparked unpredictably, masking the warship's movements. Alex calculated the angles perfectly, guiding the warship to fire plasma shots that ricocheted off asteroids, hitting weak points in the flagship's armor. The massive ship shuddered. Sparks flew. The alien crew scrambled. Smaller ships panicked, unsure of the attack's origin. Alex's plan worked perfectly. Human ingenuity and the warship's firepower combined in a symphony of chaos. "Keep it up," he shouted. "Hit it again and again." The warship responded instantly, its ancient weapons adapting with every maneuver Alex made. The alien flagship groaned, systems failing, engines sputtering. Then, with a final burst of plasma, its hull ruptured. The ship exploded spectacularly, fragments flying into the void. Talia gasped. We did it. The flagship is gone." Alex didn't celebrate yet. "One battle doesn't win the war. The rest will come at us with fury." And they did. The remaining alien ships regrouped, more cautious now, but their numbers were still overwhelming. Alex needed a new strategy, something no machine could predict, something only humans could imagine. "Prepare the warship for full integration," Alex ordered. "We're going to fight as one mind and machine together. Humans improvise, machines calculate. Together, we're unstoppable." The AI pulsed around him, almost vibrating with energy. "Agreed. Full integration initiated. Trust your instincts, human." Alex felt a rush of exhilaration. He had never felt this alive. The warship wasn't just a weapon. It was a partner, a living extension of human creativity and courage. He executed his plan with precision. Using the warship's sensors and the drones as distractions, Alex lured the alien ships into the gas giant's storm clouds. Massive lightning strikes disabled their weapons temporarily. The derelict warship weaved through the chaos, firing from hidden angles, striking where the enemy least expected. "Now," Alex shouted. "All energy to plasma cannons, target their engines." The warship obeyed instantly, firing concentrated blasts that crippled the alien fleet. Ships spiraled out of control, colliding with each other or crashing into asteroids. The aliens tried to regroup, but Alex had already predicted their maneuvers. Every attack they launched was countered, every formation broken, every advantage neutralized. The battle raged for hours. Alex and Talia worked tirelessly, the warship alive under their command. Each time the aliens tried a new tactic, Alex adapted. Each surprise they delivered, he responded with human creativity and daring. Finally, the last alien ship, a sleek, nimble fighter, charged at the warship directly. Alex smiled. "Talia, finish this." She executed a daring maneuver, guiding a drone into the fighter's path while Alex fired a plasma beam ricocheting off the asteroid belt. The beam struck perfectly, destroying the fighter instantly. The stars were silent again. The alien fleet had been defeated. The warship hummed softly, lights pulsing in a steady rhythm, almost like a sigh of relief. Alex leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. "We did it," he whispered. The AI spoke in his mind, its tone almost proud. "Humans are unpredictable, resourceful, courageous. You have proven your worth. I acknowledge your command fully." Alex smiled, feeling a bond he had never imagined. "We did it together," he said. "Humans and machine, that's the way it should be." Talia exhaled, finally allowing herself to relax. I can't believe it. "We survived against impossible odds, and we didn't just survive, we won," Alex nodded. "Humans always find a way, we improvise, adapt, survive. That's why the universe underestimates us." The warship pulsed around them, alive and quiet now. Its systems hummed in perfect harmony with Alex's commands. They had not only mastered the derelict ship, they had awakened it, bonded with it, and proven that humanity could harness power, strategy, and courage to face even the deadliest threats. But Alex knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of dangers, and now he had a warship that could face any challenge. Together they could explore, protect, and fight for survival. Humans had shown their ingenuity. The warship had learned to trust them. Somewhere deep in the ship, in its core chambers and memory banks, the AI whispered softly, "What battles shall we fight next?" Alex smiled. "Whatever comes, we'll face it. Humans survive, humans win, and now we have the power to do both." Talia looked at him, awe in her eyes. "You really believe that?" Alex grinned, fingers resting on the console, eyes scanning the stars. "I don't just believe it, I know it. We are human, and nothing will stop us." Outside Krill 9, the galaxy spun silently, indifferent. But inside the warship, humanity had claimed its victory, proving once again that creativity, courage, and unpredictability were forces no machine or alien fleet could match. And as the stars stretched into infinity, Alex knew one thing for certain: this was only the beginning. The derelict warship, once forgotten, was now alive in the hands of humanity. Together, they were unstoppable. The universe had better watch.